Well, I'm Joe LaMattina. I'm the director and editor of Memphis 69. And Memphis 69 is a concert documentary about, that basically documents the 1969 Memphis Country Blues Festival, which took place in Memphis a year after Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated there in Memphis. So there's a lot of turmoil in the city at the time. So it was an amazing moment where all these people came together. But it was also the 150-year anniversary of Memphis. So that was really cool. So it was just a very special moment in time for Memphis.
These boys in Memphis and it got me so nervous. I was standing at the crossroads.
The footage was shot in 1969 by a guy named Gene Rosenthal. He owned a record company called Adelphi Records. And the footage sat in his basement in Silver Springs, Maryland for 50 years. And we were buying master tapes from him, the Adelphi Records blues catalog. And he goes, oh, by the way, he knew I lived in Memphis. And he was like, oh, by the way, I shot the 1969 Memphis Country Blues Festival, but I've never really done anything with it. So I was like, what? Because, you know, I'd heard this footage existed, but I didn't know that he had it. So anyway, we worked a deal to buy the footage, and it was 30 reels of 16 millimeter film, 30 or 40 reels of tape. It was a 3-camera shot, and we digitized it, and then that's when Joe and Lisa got involved.
We love movies from the 60s and 70s and never in a million years thought that we would be making a movie from footage back then because we're going back in time. But even more important is working with Bruce was amazing.
Amazing.
We make a great team, and we do a lot of shooting, and Joe and I have our own production company called NSM Creative, or No Sudden Movements. But this was a special experience for us, really special.
When we got the film and the audio, we didn't really know what audio went with what film. So we had like the camera reports, which was really cool. But they didn't all make sense. So we spent we really bonded over that experience.
A lot of time just kind of sorting.
Just figuring things out. But as we did that, we were actually figuring out what the movie was going to be about and how we were going to present it. But we knew from the start that we wanted to make a movie that looked like it was made in 1969.
The great thing about the film is it really is a time capsule, and it does show what it was like in 1969 from the amazing performances of these great artists who have rarely been heard and are super amazing, have incredible personalities, and truly, truly love their craft. So it's a time when people weren't really thinking about making money. They were thinking about performing and being just really into the music, and also seeing all of the people in 1969 that everything looks different. It's quite different, so it's beautiful.
Basically, it's a concert doc, so there's no real narrative structure to the movie other than we just follow the concert throughout these 3 days, so from Friday night, or really Friday during the day, until Sunday morning. And the performances are all the ones that we chose, and really all of them are great. The hardest part was choosing which ones to put in, but we knew who our favorites were. We kind of, in a way, sort of approached it like a playlist. And at first we were going to kind of tell the whole thing out of order, and as it turned out, we just did the whole thing chronologically, and it worked out well.
There's so much division in the world, and I think that when you see Memphis 69, it gives you such a great sense of what we really are as a community, as human beings, and how we really do care for each other. And a concert doc often sounds like it's just you're looking at a bunch of music, but there's a real story there, and there's a real arc. And it's a movie that you leave feeling really good about, and feeling really good about us as a whole, as a world.
What my hope is that people will feel like they were there to experience this actual concert with everybody, but also, yeah, that like implicit in every performance, that there is this sense of change that was happening during that time. And that obviously things have changed a lot. There's still a lot of work that still needs to be done, but that people can really come together around music. And for us, music and movies. So it's great. Like it's like kind of the best of both worlds for us. That music and movies have the power to unite us.
Yabba-ba-da-ba-da.